Good morning, everybody. I don't really have a plan for this video yet, but might as well get started on it and we'll see what the day brings us. But I thought I'd stop in and say good morning. Hello, how are you all doing? And we'll see where we end up. I just spent like the last nearly 30 minutes fighting with the Loves Connect app because I'm not very bright, I guess. I was just trying to add, I've had a Loves account obviously for years. I've been a truck driver. I logged into it and it's acting like I didn't ever have a rewards card because it's doing that, and I don't know where the physical card is anymore. I have no idea. But because it's doing that, it wouldn't let me add the Comdata card to pay for fuel, to do it at the pump, to earn points, all these things. I couldn't do anything with it except get out and buy fuel, and it was super frustrating. So I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out. I'm getting old, man. Old age happens fast, you know. I was 40 a couple days ago. I woke up yesterday and I was 41, and I started the day by almost shitting myself. So old age comes at you quick, you know. So I guess I got old and I couldn't figure out how to use an app on a smartphone, and it happens to all of us. So I finally got that set up the Weigh My Truck with the company's fuel card and all that, and we're just getting ready to go. But not much to say right now, but I did just want to drop in. I mentioned at the end of my last video that it was my birthday, and there were the reason I mentioned it is because there were so many people saying happy birthday on Snapchat, because Snapchat tells you that I wanted to thank everyone all at one time. Well, thank you. I appreciate you thinking about me today. That was really cool, and it resulted in quite a few happy birthday comments also on here on the video, so thank you guys so much. And quite a few what does YouTube call them? Super thanks. I wish they would change the name of that. I think that's a terrible name, super thanks. It's like a tip system almost, where you can like put a tip on a video. You enjoyed the video, here's $2, here's $1, you know, something like that. And it's not a very widely known feature, I don't think, of YouTube. Like, they don't really promote it, but they should. Like, they should. If you like the guy's video and you want to send him $1, sure, why not? You know, I don't see any harm in that. But we got quite a few of those, so thank you guys so much. That's all I wanted to say. I got me a cappuccino. Loves. Now I have to start using Loves. I'm so mad about that. I never thought I would be that trucker that whined and cried and bitched about what truck stop he has to go to, and I am that guy because I don't care for Loves, like, even a little bit. I don't see what you guys see when you're like, oh, pilots are filthy and disgusting. Maybe I'm filthy and disgusting, I don't know, but that's what I see when I look at Loves. And every Love smells like an outhouse. Every one of them. You walk in and just shit hits your face as soon as you walk in the door. And I'm not excited. I'm not excited at all about having to use Loves from now on. But that's my showers right now are still at Pilot, so I got to find one of those today. And then I got a pretty easy day, really. 689 miles to my load that has to be there. Like, it's a drop and hook, so even if I got there Monday, they wouldn't care. But I'd like to get it done Sunday. Get it done Sunday, and then we're ready for whatever next load they throw at us Monday morning with already 1,000 miles knocked out. So that should be the start of a very good week. And considering we'll be starting from Atlanta, not on the spot market, we should be able to do pretty good things. So far, really enjoying the company. They have evolved a long way since I worked with them before. They ran the beer freight, a lot of the beer freight out of Colorado, which was drop and hook on the pickup side, so it wasn't as bad. And then I would run out and back. They paid me for the round trip, but I would run out loaded, come back empty, and I would do that over and over. They have got drop and hook freight everywhere now. Everywhere. So that's super cool. I picked up, I'm talking about boring trucker shit. Who cares? They got drop and hook freight everywhere. Anyways, that's my point right now. I'm gonna get to it and figure out what this video is about later. See you guys soon. All right, that is better. Boy, I am done being a grumpy old man for the morning. Good Lord. Oh, found me a Pilot. Jumped in the shower, and there is nothing more amazing out here sometimes than a good shower when you really need one. So I was out in like Oklahoma and all that junk yesterday, Kansas and Oklahoma, and this company will like let you use tolls. It's just like preferred, like, hey, if you can go around tolls, let's just do that instead kind of thing, which I don't mind. I don't really care. All I see is interstate anyways. Takes a little longer, sure, but you get to see stuff like off the interstate, you know, side highways and stuff like that. So I don't really mind. Now, if it's ever something that's going to be a major inconvenience, I'll just let them know I'm using that toll road, because I'm not going all the way around that. But you know what there is in Kansas and especially Oklahoma, if you go around the toll roads, nothing. Casinos, I mean, there's plenty of those. So basically, I didn't see a truck stop most of yesterday at all, period. So this was much needed. So was that drink. But I'm in a much better mood now. I'm in a much better mood now than I was. Good Lord. I was getting grumpy, getting real grumpy. So we got, I didn't go far, 603 miles to go to our destination, but we've still got, I don't even know what time it is. I think that's 12:30, sounds about right. I still got 7.5 hours I can drive, but I'm going to drive about 4.5 of those, I think, and then we'll bang out the rest tomorrow. Get there, do our drop and hook, and we'll be done. We'll be done until Monday morning. And I don't know what's happening yet Monday morning, but that's fine. I'm not going to stress out like I was when I was owner operator and lease operator, where it was like, okay, we got to have that next load going. Hey, if they're going to sit me around, well, they owe me money. Now, I don't think they're going to sit me around. I'm sure Monday morning they'll have a plan for me and they'll get me running. I'd like to see a nice long run after that. We're going to have 1,000 miles by Monday morning. Well, by tomorrow, Sunday. Afternoon at the latest, and then we'll be done. And then hey, if we can get like a nice long run for, I don't know, however many miles it is to Seattle or something, that'd be all right with me. But even if we went back to Texas, couple day drive, yeah, couple days, you know, that get us roughly another 1,000. This is all just off the top of my head, and then we'd still have time to bang out another 1,500, you know, in the week still. So I'm new to chasing miles again. I'm not used to it. So let me get this truck started up because it's starting to get hot in here. But yeah, I feel brand new, and there was a lot of confusion for me. A lot of confusion with okay, I got to set up the fuel card. I got to set up the which fuel cards all companies give you generally. Even when you are an owner operator or lease operator, if you're leased onto a company, most of the time you'll use a company fuel card. Not always, you can use your own, but I've been paying for my own scales for years now. So to put that on a fuel card, even that felt amazing, right? Even that felt like just a huge relief. It's like, I'm not responsible for that $13 or whatever it is whenever I have to scale. Jesus Christ, that's incredible. And I don't have much else to say right now. I probably got a thing I want to talk about later on in the video, but I'm not there yet. But the stereo in these Volvos, guys, is changing my life. I mean, it sounds so good. I was listening to music and enjoying it without listening to speakers rattle the whole time. I mean, the stereo is just a game changer in these Volvos. Having a little problem with the heat from the APU. The APU has a button that says heat, and it still gets a little cool at night depending on where you're at, right? There's no bunk heater from what I can tell. It looks like the heat and the AC is controlled on the same control panel as the APU, so maybe somebody can help me figure this out. I turned it on to heat last night because it was a little chilly out there, like 50s or so, which is, for me, is uncomfortable for sleeping. Too cold, and I was not getting any heat at all. I'm hoping it's something I'm doing wrong, but with it coming into the summer months, the AC works fantastic. The AC works great. So I'll just, I'll be fine. But definitely, if I'm still in this truck by the time winter comes around, I'll need to know if either I'm doing something wrong or if there is something wrong with the system. But I don't know if I'll be in this truck by winter, depending. I don't know how often they switch them out, but it's got almost 400,000 miles on it. So if I can bang out, you know, a few more, maybe they're ready to replace this truck. I don't know. I'm not sure when. But if I can't figure it out, I know I drove a truck years ago that had a similar setup, but this was years ago, and you actually had to get out of the truck and somewhere on it manually change it from heat to AC, and then you could use the controls inside to work that portion of it. But that was years ago. Don't remember how I did it. It was a raggedy ass old truck, so I don't really remember. But I don't know if this has a setting like that also or not. I'm not really sure. Anyways, I'm gonna get on the road, guys, and we'll work on the rest of this video later on. What's going on, guys? How you doing? So trying a different angle here, I guess. Look at this. Well, it's got the blur effect on, but this TV mount is in bad shape. It's in rough shape. I'm not even sure what you do about that. I think it's just kind of had it. So, well, we're just gonna look at that ugly thing in the background. Boy, we've been busy. We've been really busy. I haven't been doing videos every day because I started doing daily so that I could kind of build up the viewers and all that stuff. And I think we've accomplished that, so we can go every other day. I think we can slow it down a little bit. Hold on, this fan's really loud. There we go. There we go. It's super hot here. Look at me. I mean, my God, I look like hell. I am in Macon, Georgia right now, getting loaded. I know I said I wasn't going to head out east. I think I covered this a little bit in the last video. That's what they gave me. Well, here we are. So, whatever, it's fine. But this is a good video. It's a positive video, but I want to talk about a little bit of negative first. Just get it off my chest, and then we can move on with our day. I thought I was just going to drop and hook near Atlanta today, and it's Sunday, and I'm like, yeah, well, I guess they're not going to reload me, right? Which is fine. I was totally fine with just waiting till Monday. Where is my vape? I'm not prepared for this video. I was totally fine with just waiting till Monday to reload, and it was all good. So I never saw a load come through. And I stopped about 100 miles out of Atlanta to get a shower, get something to eat, all that stuff. And a broker called me and was making sure I was good for the pickup in Macon. And I was like, I didn't answer because I was like, I don't know who would be calling me. They sent a text message asking that. And I'm like, I thought it was suspicious. I'm like, is my old company still like using my name, or what's happening? Because this company has a lot of their own freight, but that doesn't mean they don't ever use brokers, right? And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, that is kind of close to where I'm gonna be. And then I was in getting a shower, and I missed a call from dispatch, so I called them, and they're like, hey, are you gonna be good for the 4 p.m. pickup in Macon, Georgia? And I went, no. I said, what are you talking about? And I started looking through all my stuff because I'm just getting used to their new system. Or they use Samsara, which I think is a good ELD, but it also can be used for where you receive your loads and everything. And I don't think it's good for that. It's very complicated. Maybe just because I'm getting used to it, but it feels more complicated than it has to be for absolutely no reason at all. Well, they've been having a little bit of trouble with the data on their tablets, and the load never came through. And I was like, oh God, I mean, this is going to be close. This is going to be close in the best situation, right? For me to make it, because I still had 100 miles to go into Atlanta. Even though it's Sunday, Atlanta's still going to have some traffic, right? And over here out east, you just can't get anywhere fast. You can't. And it was a drop and hook, but you know, that can take time. You know, you got to check in, you got to, what door are you going to? You got to back your trailer in, you know, and then you got to go find your other trailer. You guys get the point, right? And then you want to keep up on your paperwork. So what trailer do you have? You know, put that in the tablet and all this, and it can take a long time to do a drop and hook. Now, a lot shorter amount of time than it takes to load and unload most of the time, but it can take time is the point. And so I did that, and then it's like 3 p.m. and I'm 90 some miles away for a 4 p.m. pickup. So I let dispatch and the broker both know that I am going to be late. As long as traffic's okay, less than an hour late, right? Traffic was not okay, and I was an hour and 15 minutes late, but I'm in the door right now. I was actually going to go live with you guys, But as soon as I was getting everything set up, they gave me a red light on the dock, and I'm like, well, I don't want to start going live and then maybe I'm done in 15 minutes, and then I'm kind of, you know, then I got to get off the live stream already. So I don't know. It just depends how tonight goes. I either will release this video or I'll go live. I haven't figured it out yet, because I'm going to ask them if I can park here. This is a big place, and I'm going to ask if I can park here for the night. I still haven't put any food in the truck. I don't even have a microwave in this truck. Nothing. So, oh crap. Well, I dropped my phone. I don't even know why I was holding my phone. It's up here, but my phone fell and I went to catch it, and I don't know how much of my yelling at my phone you guys heard there. But anyways, I haven't put any food or anything in here yet, so I guess I'll just be kind of hungry tonight if they let me park here. But it doesn't look like there's a lot of parking around here, and I'm trying to keep my days short enough so that I can keep recapping. But that's the negative. It's not a huge deal, but I didn't know about the load, and they had apparently sent it the day before, and they're like, we noticed you didn't accept it. I'm like, maybe call a guy then and say, we noticed you didn't accept the load, because then we could have handled this sooner. I would have got up, you know, 2 or 3 hours earlier today instead of, I slept in a little bit because I figured I was just doing a drop and hook and calling it a day. So I slept in a bit. I would have been up. I would have been ready to go. So we're learning, you know, we're learning as we go. So hopefully they get that under control. And if there's a problem with their tablets receiving the loads, then they really need to be finding another way to communicate to the drivers, like send a text message, hey, we sent you a load, did you see it? Or send a message through their tablet or something. That way we can respond yes or no, and then we all get it sorted out quicker. So whatever, it's how it goes. It's how it goes. It's not the worst thing ever. So anyways, I've knocked out 1,000 miles already, and then about 100 miles deadhead over here, and then we're doing 850 back. I'm just rounding it up to an even 2,000 miles by Tuesday morning. It's going to be a little short of that 2,000 miles, but by Tuesday morning, even if we called it quits on Tuesday, I mean, we could still bang out another 1,500 miles before the week's over and have us a nice 3,500 mile week straight out the gate. Now, I don't want to get too excited and assume that's going to happen, but we might do okay. We might do okay with that. So off to a decent start. I gotta say, the point of this video is it feels like a weight has just been lifted from my chest. Like I'm disappointed that I'm never, or for the foreseeable future anyways, not gonna see those big weeks where it's $10,000, $12,000, things like that. But who's really seeing that right now anyways, right? I'm disappointed in that. But as far as everything else goes, I am so much more relaxed now, unless I'm making a mad dash to Macon because I'm late for an appointment that I didn't even know about. But other than that, I'm so much more relaxed behind the wheel, just driving, not worried about what's the next load going to pay, how am I going to pay the bills this week, this is how much I need to make to even cover a truck payment, and this is how much I need to make to even cover the fuel cost, and just losing my mind all the time about what I'm going to do. And I do miss the excitement already. I do. And maybe one day I'll get to go back to that, you know, where I'm kind of like, okay, what's going to happen this week? But the safety of all of it right now feels a lot better. It feels a lot better than being constantly worried about how I'm going to pay for stuff and all that comes along with owner operator and lease operator. Because the truth is, it's just really tough out there right now. You know, I do get the few odd comments of guys saying, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, the market's just fine. I make $2 or $3 a mile still. I don't know that to be true or not true, but all I can say with that is if you've got a couple guys out there that still make $2 or $3 per mile, that's not indicative of what the actual freight market is. The reality of it for a lot of people, especially on the spot market, is you're not seeing that. You're just not seeing it. And that's okay. But now's just not the time for it. For me, it's not the time. Anyways, I feel like I ran out of steam right there. Didn't really have anything else to say. But I am enjoying that aspect of it. I'm excited that I'm going to have health insurance for me and the family for the first time in years. I can sign up for that after I've been here a month. I am going to have a 401k again. I haven't had one of those for a long time. I don't know what my future plans are for a 401k. You know, if I just let it build up enough money to where it puts me in a position to think about truck ownership again, that's a thing. That's a possibility, you know. But if I was going to do that, I'd really like to have enough to just buy a truck, just outright, own that bitch, you know. But I don't really know. I'm trying not to think too much about the future, if I'm being honest with you guys. I'm really trying not to plan ahead, because that's when I get myself really worked up. All I really can do is just keep kicking out videos. I am so impressed with how quick this channel's growing. I mean, we're seeing, for the size of my channel, we're seeing videos get some big time views out there. I mean, we've got one that went like 8,000. We got one that went like 7,000. It's not uncommon for a video to do like 3,000. Look at my shirt. I got something all over it. And that's kind of the plan. Let's do more of just driving the goddamn truck and making a trucking vlog about what the life of a trucker is like, and just kind of get rid of all the spot market's bad, fuel prices are high, and all that nonsense, and just live the life again. Just live that life again, you know. And that's kind of what I'm really looking forward to. I'm trying to get my bearings, because it's all very confusing to me to be thinking about miles again. It's been a long time. Been a long time since I thought about miles. Also, I'm constantly like paranoid, because I'm in a company truck, and like I'll do things that I think are getting me in trouble, and they probably aren't. Today I pulled into a truck stop that had a whole row of empty spots, right? And it was on my blind side, but I just whipped out and I backed in. Actually, I nailed it, by the way. When there was nothing there, nothing around me, I backed up and I'm like, God damn, I'm in a spot. Like, I'm right between two lines. Just nailed it, right? But that's when dispatch called me to see if I saw that load. And when I saw their name come up on my phone, I'm like, oh my God, is safety watching me? Like, I don't think I was doing anything wrong is the point, because there was plenty of room. There was a whole empty row, safety, in case you're watching. But it was just the timing. And I'm like constantly like, I'm a good driver. Like, they have a little scoreboard thing on here that like keeps track of like your score and your safety and stuff. And mine's at 100%. I'm a good driver, but I'm constantly paranoid. I'm like, am I doing something wrong? It's an adjustment, man, to how I'm used to being a trucker and owning my truck and like just minding my own business. And now like it seems like there's more people to answer to, I guess, and that's a little bit weird for me. And then I'm driving a Volvo. I've never driven a Volvo in my life, and I don't mind it. I really don't, but it's different. So it's taking me a little time to adjust to where everything's at and how everything works. And if I do this while I'm doing this, how does this truck react to it, as opposed to like a Freightliner or Kenworth? And what I mean specifically is on a Freightliner, the newer Freightliners, I believe you are not able to set the cruise control if your jakes are turned on, right? Like, you have to put them in the off position to set your cruise control. I believe that's Freightliner. Where on Kenworth and apparently Volvo, you can have it on and set your cruise. But Kenworth will start to slow down automatically when you get like 5 miles over or whatever. It will start hitting the jakes automatically. Whereas on the Volvo, you have to tap it down, is what I've found so far, before it will engage the jakes. And then you have to push your resume button on your cruise once you get it down to the speed you want again. And it's just figuring out all these like nuances of driving the kind of truck that I've never driven before that's driving me absolutely crazy. But overall, I'm feeling better. I don't feel great about the possibility of never seeing like a massive week again. I don't feel great about that. But since those were so few and far between, I feel a lot better in the security of what I'm doing right now. And that's it. This isn't one of my funny videos. I'm very tired, so I apologize. But I'm going to go. I'm going to start putting this video together and decide if we're going live or not. I could have went live in the time they're taking now. Anyways, talk to you guys soon.